Right. Well, two test matches going on at the same time. But to be honest with you, the Pakistan West Indies match has been rain delayed at the moment. So they are currently 34 for 2 Pakistan, but it's rain delayed. So we're going to focus obviously on India versus England or England versus India. 203 for 2. So India are just, they're looking really comfortable. They're looking really, really, really comfortable right now. Very impressive stuff from KL Rahul and Rohit Sharma first up. Created another fantastic platform as they did in that first one. Ooh, as Sam Curran runs in. The England bowlers managed to contain them in that first session, and you thought, okay, well, they're not picking up any wickets, so the run rate's low. But what the Indian batsmen did really well, and I think they definitely 100% had the better of it, is by battening down the hatch pretty much, well, KL Rahul especially, and seeing out the new balls, seeing it in difficult conditions, and then setting up shop to say, well, we're going to cash in later on. That's pretty much what Rohit Sharma did, although he was in a very, very good nick in full flow and looked pretty good, very good actually for his 80 odd. And KL Rahul is on 83 not out himself. Pujara got out in a very, very meek way, if I'm being honest with you. It just doesn't look particularly good in the English conditions, let's be honest. Average, I think, 20 odd. And I think with the moving ball and his feet are not fantastic. Like, he doesn't really move his feet a lot. And his game is mainly molded around being able to pad the ball, leave the ball, and like one or two shots is where his game is really built upon. Pujara, he's not really going to be that player who's going to go, play in the V, drive down the ground, drive on the up. That's not the type of player that he is. So he's looking to kind of face spinners and be able to sweep, pad balls away and leave really on a line and length. So probably not really the I mean, look, he's older now, so I don't really think we're going to see a change. We could see a slight tweak in this series potentially, but I can't see him doing a lot for the rest of the series, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Pujara, I think he could easily get dropped. I think it would be quite easy to I think he could easily get dropped for the next one. So it's lunch, by the way, Pakistan West Indies. They've taken lunch, an early lunch because of the rain. So hopefully we get some play after that. Abid Ali and also Imran Butt falling. Seals nicking off Abid Ali, and Kemal Roach bowling an absolute peach to Imran Butt, cleaning up his off stump. And we had a similar thing here, really, to be honest with you. In fact, pretty much identical. But India just got a lot more runs at the moment. Is Anderson cleaning up Rohit Sharma with a fantastic delivery on a good length, nipping in off the seam and clattering into the off stump, and then bowled an absolute beauty, similar to the Jaden Seals dismissal, really, in the West Indies Pakistan game, where it just shaped away from the right-hander and Pujara nicking it to the slip cordon as KL Rahul flicks off his hip at 90 miles an hour from Mark Wood. He's looking absolutely rapid, is the England pacer, and he's looking good. He's looking very, very good. Let me know what you guys think of the matches so far as well. Like, how do you think they've gone? Because I think it's been very interesting from an Indian point of view. You want Kohli, I guess, to be getting runs, and it looks like he's set up pretty nicely here early doors. Can he continue to do so? Let's see, but he looks good. He looks very good here as Mark Wood charges in here. Or short, very short, goes bouncer to Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli leaves that one and can easily leave that one on length. Mark Wood has been a little bit expensive today. He's gone for over fours, and it's interesting, his record in the UK is pretty poor. It's actually very poor for the most part, which you would be, I'm pretty surprised about. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty surprised by that because, look, these conditions are conducive for seamers, right? So you expect more from him. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about it, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. Very interesting to see how it's going to be interesting to see how Kohli does in this. I have a feeling that he might go big today, and if he does, then obviously he is in for a really good ride, isn't he? I mean, let's be honest, he'll be in for a fantastic day if he's able to cash in. So we shall see. Here we go, Markwood running in, or short stuff from here. Very, very interesting stuff. And let's see how that one goes. I'm intrigued to see how. I want to see England challenge India here. And at the moment, it's not looking great for them. They're just not looking fantastic. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Right, so England here, or Wood coming round the wicket, which is just a desperate ploy. I don't like to see that, to be honest with you. I think that's pretty poor. I don't think that's a great ploy, to be honest with you. I don't think he should be. No way should he be coming around the wicket. He should be sticking to where he is there. No need to do that at all. Intriguing. Right, so India are they're cruising here, man. They are cruising, and KL Rahul just looks extremely good. To be honest with you, he looks fantastic. He looks very, very good right now, and they are just coasting right now. KL Rahul doing a very, very good job of holding down the fort, and it has to be said that England are definitely up against it. Nortje, they're showing Nortje on the West Indies Pakistan stream at the moment because unfortunately rain has delayed that match. Pakistan 2 down there, but for a lot less runs. In fact, exactly 170 less runs than India. India 204 for 2. And they're looking to go huge. I mean, they could go really big here, India, and the game could be pretty much already away from England if England are not careful. Oh, very close. Very, very close. So, Joss Buttler, there's been a couple of those. Sam Curran coming around the wicket with the angle, just going across the right-hander. And, you see those dismissals which are a bit unlucky for right-handed batsmen straggling it down the leg side to the keeper's gloves, or into the keeper's gloves even. But that, again, Sam Curran shouldn't really be targeting that. But he's trying to go straight. He's trying to go very straight here, Sam. Yeah, this time it's off the back foot, which is very unorthodox from KL Rahul. I think he probably should have been going front foot there, but manages to guide it towards gully anyways, and out of any trouble. As I think it's James Anderson's doing up his laces, very long laces. It's interesting, they were having a discussion earlier about the boots, so different boots that players have, right? So if you're a bowler, you have specific boots that are a bit lighter. They have a toe guard on. If you're a batsman, you potentially will have more clunky boots because you don't need it to be. Well, you don't really need to be extremely agile and worry about getting your foot through the ball. Rahul just it's funny, like someone was just saying in our group actually that Rahul was being very slow early doors, and he was extremely slow. But what he's done is he's set up the rest of his innings. He's now got his eye in, and he's in a position where he can now cash in. Right, he's 86 not out of 187 balls, so impressive stuff. And that's proper Test match cricket. To be fair to him and to India, they're playing a very, very good brand of cricket here, India, and it's showing. And I think the golfing class is showing at the moment. They're clearly missing Broad. They have Anderson, so there's no real excuse about that. But I think maybe they missed a trick potentially by not playing one of Sakun or Craig Overton potentially. I think Sam Curran gives a lot with balance with the bat potentially as well. But bowling-wise, he's just not been great. And he's gone, again, like Mark Wood, for nearly fours. Mark Wood has gone for over 4 and over, and they haven't quite worked here. It hasn't moved around as much as I thought it would early doors. It did move around a bit, but the England bowlers bowled pretty tidily. Ollie Robinson looked like the most likely out of those first few bowlers to get a wicket. But after that, it was pretty much no one looked super threatening until that spell from Jimmy Anderson, which we've seen so many times where he will just come up with a fantastic spell and a burst, really, which England needed because, I mean, at the moment they're struggling, but they would have been struggling even more if Anderson hadn't found those 2 wickets. Ollie Robinson is back on, and he's only gone for 2 and over, so 5 maidens as well from his 15 overs. And look, I think he will be they're looking to him to pick up a wicket. He obviously bowled very well in the first Test match, and I think they're looking for him to do more of the same here. Right, so here we go. Ollie Robinson running in. Oh, bit wider of Kohli there. You can see Kohli's just he's funny. So Kohli is Anderson's only bowled 2 balls to Kohli in this inning, so they clearly wanted to target him as soon as he got in, and they haven't managed to do that. He's managed to avoid facing Anderson, and I think it's just the way it's worked. I don't think he's probably avoiding him. That's the way it's worked out, unfortunately. That's a fantastic cover drive, and it's classic Kohli. Really, really impressive. It's just like outswinging half volley, really, from Ollie Robinson, and just misses line of length, and Kohli cashes in, just leans on that one. And it's a very, very good-looking cover drive for 4 runs, and really impressive stuff from Ollie Robinson. It's interesting because it wasn't that conventional in the sense that he didn't get all the way across, but he managed to, he really tried to get a big stride into the ball there, which is probably, he doesn't want to be tentative here with the ball moving around a little bit. It hasn't moved around a huge amount, to be fair, but it definitely will help him that bigger stride because obviously, you know, I'm a lot better than Kohli. But no, from what I can see, I think that would help. Technically, it's interesting. Obviously, Anderson, the commentators are saying that he had a niggle, and I wasn't expecting him to even play. So I think that was a huge risk, absolutely huge risk from these guys. Genuinely, like a nuts, absolutely crazy decision to play Anderson. If I'm being honest with you, because if he then does get injured, they're gonna really regret it. They will really regret doing it. So I just hope that's not the case. I hope they don't regret it and he's okay, because the worst thing that you want is for Anderson to get injured, right, at any point in this Test match, and then next thing you know, they are a bowler short, because that would be crazy. Ollie Robinson, so decent delivery on off stump, but Kohli shifts across his stumps and flicks it down to square leg for a single. So impressive stuff from Kohli. He just looks quite comfortable right now. It has to be said. He does look pretty comfortable right now. And that's impressive. It's very, very impressive. Can't really fault him, can you? You really, really can't. Right, so I'm very intrigued in how Ollie Robinson is. Oh, yeah, well bowled. Very well bowled from Ollie Robinson. Very interesting. 211 for 2 here. And Virat Kohli is just performing. I don't know, he's just looking a lot more comfortable today. That's a good sign for India. I think the batting conditions are easier. There's no doubt about that. Clearly, the sun has been shining, which probably for the England players, there has been cloud cover, but the ball just hasn't. Sometimes the red ball, even if it's a Duke's ball, just doesn't really swing as much as you expect. And this was one of them. This has been one of those instances, unfortunately. And they look towards Moeen Ali, who's bowled 7 overs for 20, one maiden in there as well. They might look towards him because Kohli in the past has really struggled. He's very much struggled with the spinner Moeen Ali. So that could be a reason as to why they are going towards him. And it's definitely not a bad choice, I think, for sure. So let's see what Moeen can do. And it'll be interesting to see as well how much turn he's been getting. He bowls relatively flat. He doesn't put a huge amount of revs on the ball, but he puts enough. And you just almost want, if you're an England fan, to see Moeen Ali bowl one of those peaches that somehow manages to get through the gate. And that's the case. By the way, an update for the Pakistan match is still at lunch. So no play there. It was rain affected, but they took an early lunch. I'll let you know if there's any update on that. Moeen Ali just tucking Virat Kohli up there very impressively. First ball. But Kohli's like this. He's like making sure that he's looking properly. That's what I do when I'm batting. It doesn't help me anyway. I'm sure it helps him. Plays on the back foot there. It's interesting because there was this whole debate when Root scored a century or double ton, wasn't it, in Sri Lanka, and he just played pretty much everything that was spin on the back foot, and everyone was like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you doing that?" And it was like, "That's wrong. You shouldn't be doing that." And actually, it turned out that no, that's probably the best thing to do, and the reason why is because you can play pretty much anything that's spin on the back foot. As long as you play it late and under your eyes. Obviously, if you're trying to play attackingly, it doesn't always work because you want to be getting on the front foot, literally and figuratively, to play attackingly. Kohli just flicking that into the leg side for a single. A little bit risky, but he's playing with the spin, to be fair, which always is a good... I say it's a good sign, right, to play with the spin. And I think here in the UK and all the Western countries, they teach you to play with the spin, right? But if you look at the subcontinent, they actually play against the spin. And it's all to do with, making sure that you kind of get into out with the ball. So the into out cover drive, for example, is one that people play. Dwayne Bravo, he doesn't really bat as much as he used to, but he used to play that shot fantastically against spin, the into out cover drive. And it's something that a lot of people in the subcontinent tend to do, is play against the spin, which is not something you're taught here. Very well played for Virat Kohli, just forward defensive, and it's a single into the open space. So they'll be a bit frustrated by that, England, and he keeps the strike though, Virat Kohli. Disappointing, I think, is probably the word for England's performance so far today. It definitely is a track that looks like it'll be pretty good to bat on. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of those things you look at it and just think, should it be? Should it not be? They're 2-14 for 2 here. So I've got 5 comments. Oh, here we go. Achal, hey, how are you doing? I'm good. How are you doing, Achal? Reno says, hello. Hi, Reno. How you going? Venu says, hello. And he says, India looking good at the moment. India are looking good at the moment, aren't they? They're looking very good. 2-14 for 2. Charles says, the only way Moeen could be effective is if Root is able to set his field right. Easy singles can't be given to these two. England aren't applying enough pressure to force a situation here. Yeah, I agree. It's looking pretty grim at the moment, isn't it, for England? I think they need to plug the gaps, but it's difficult because then as soon as they start trying to plug the gaps, and Kohli is good enough, KL Rahul as well has got his eye in, they just start maneuvering the ball around and you can't chase the ball, right? So it's difficult. It's difficult. Adil Sagir says, hello, Fazan. Hi, Adil. Thanks for joining. Please do remember to smash the like button. I appreciate it. Venue says, hopefully Barber gets 100. Hopefully. I mean, he's in obviously at the moment. That match has been rain delayed so far. So Pakistan are 34 for 2. A peach by Kemar Roach taking out the off stump of it was Imran Butt, and then Jaden Seals, who's pretty new to the scene, nicking off Abid Ali as well. And in fact, the 2 wickets were pretty much identical to the 2 wickets that James Anderson got for England. Obviously, bowling Rohit Sharma off stump, and then next thing you know, nicked off Pujara, which was a pretty much a nothing shot. But it's not a big surprise considering Pujara's record. That's just a punch from Kohli into the gap, waiting for it and just playing under his eyes. He looks in very good nick. That was swinging away from Robinson, and Robinson seems to be the only one at the moment here who looks to be, I don't know, dangerous at the moment, apart from obviously Anderson with that burst. Adil says Moeen Ali and Root are going to be vital in the chase. Yeah, I agree. I think it's crazy, right? Because you shouldn't really, Moeen Ali will probably be at 6 or 7. You shouldn't really have to rely on him, but realistically, given what's happened with the top 3, Crawley's been dropped, so Haseeb Hameed is at 3. I really hope Haseeb Hameed gets runs, but it's a lot to just expect him to get runs after not being in the side for 5 years. I hope he does. And the openers, Burns and Sibley, have just been really poor. And with Ishant Sharma into the side as well, I mean, I don't know. He's obviously a better bowler than Shardul Thakur. And at the moment, it seems like India's choice of going with an extra bowler in place of the all-rounder of Shardul Thakur is actually paying dividends, because the middle order and the openers have scored runs for India, and it means that they don't have to rely on the tail-enders. And if that's the case, then they can then put their best foot forward bowling-wise, and England are going to be in a hell of a lot of trouble potentially. Reno says, already shared the stream. Thanks, Reno. I appreciate it. Yeah, guys, if you don't mind sharing it, if you've got Twitter or whatever, if you think anyone's interested in the stream, then do feel free to share it. I appreciate it. Adil says it's gone to lunch. Yeah. So Pakistan, West Indies, they took an early lunch because of the rain. So that's what's going on there. Reno says, God save us from Barbara. I really hope Barbara Azam gets runs, to be honest with you. The West Indies attack looks good. Obviously, Jason Holder as well is just so economical. And Carl Mayers is really underrated, man. I mean, he's a good bowler. He used to actually be a bowling all-rounder, but now he's become more of a batting all-rounder. Now he's kind of just an all-rounder after his injury. And that's an inside edge from Kohli onto the pad. And he's just stealing singles at the moment, Virat Kohli. And it's just really good running from the Indian captain. Charles's opinion of the new North stands at Lords looks so different to the eye. I haven't actually paid that much attention. I'll have a look. Reno says, yeah, it's rainy season. Sorry for all the rain chaos. Love my answer. Yeah, mate, Reno, what is going on? We had one T20, so Pakistan won the series. I didn't even do a video for the series because I was like, what's the point? We literally played one match. All of the rest were rained off and abandoned. So we won that series 1-0, but it's almost like, did we really win it? Do you know what I mean? Like it's a one-off match and could have gone either way. And then now we've got a test match and there's a bit of more rain here as well. So I don't know. I'm hoping that they get a result in the test matches, but it sounds like it's monsoon season in the Caribbean. So KL Rahul's 88 not out, by the way, and he has, as Cash said, actually, we've got a cricket chat with us mates who love cricket. And he said that, look, because Venu rightly said in the chat that KL Rahul was going very slowly when Rohit Sharma was in full flow. But KL Rahul has now caught up. He's now finally in the 80s where Rohit Sharma was on there quite early. And Rohit Sharma was obviously gone after getting a peach from James Anderson. And that's flicked down the ground, though, from Virat Kohli for 4 runs. Very good use of the feet and almost a flick, really. It wasn't a punch, it was a flick with the spin, but straight down the ground, past the bowler for 4 runs. Very good timing and very, very good feet from Virat Kohli. Very good use of the feet, and he's so wristy. So he's flicked that outside off stump down the ground for 4, and only people who've got very, very flexible wrists can do that. Well bowled, though, from Moeen Ali, and that's a dot ball here. So Virat Kohli, 27 not out for him. KL Rahul's looking to get that 100 that he missed out on in the first Test match. Reno says, yeah, everyone's complaining about it, but they said we can't have it rescheduled because there is no other month to fit it in. Also, so many crickets going on. That's what they said. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I was really looking forward to it. So I didn't realize it was rainy season and stuff. I mean, I guess you can say, well, why do they fit Pakistan in? But I think you just have to deal with it, don't you? I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things, like, I look at it and I think, well, it's not great, which it's not, but you can't control the weather, I guess. And you can't reschedule it. The World T20 World Cup's coming up soon, so there's no time really for it now. It's unfortunate, and it's not ideal for both sides because they want to get as much practice as possible, but it is what it is, I think. Right, Adil says, it's crazy. 5 T20s turned to 4. The 3 washed out, 1 draw sums up the tour of West Indies. Yeah, it does. Adil says, you keep up with the KPL? I am vaguely. I should actually hopefully be interviewing someone from the KPL tomorrow. So I will let you know if that's been released. Obviously, if anyone hasn't gone and checked it out, I interviewed Benny Howell from Birmingham Phoenix, who plays in the 100, or is playing in the 100 right now. Got a lot of wickets, really good all-rounder. And he talked to me about Moeen Ali, actually, and his captaincy, because obviously Moeen Ali was playing in the 100, then got called up for England. And he was the captain of Birmingham Phoenix and gave good insight into him, and also Dan Vittori, who's the coach of Birmingham Phoenix, and the whole tournament. So it's quite interesting. Rino says, yeah, I was also disappointed as well. I was looking forward to the T20 and talks smack, but didn't happen. Yeah, I know. And Charles says, these are as near to Indian batting conditions as you'll get in the UK. I'm surprised both teams wanted to bat first. Looks like a superb batting surface with sun beaming down. Do you mean you're surprised both teams wanted to bowl first? But yeah, it looks a really good batting track. I think it's because Lords, historically, with cloud cover, just does bits with the slope as well. But this ball hasn't done as much. The conditions are definitely, I think, more suited to batting. And I think that was a bit of a misjudgment, really, from Joe Root, if I'm being honest with you. Now, but hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it? It's a beautiful thing. And I'm not really sure that we can sit here and say it would have been much different. I mean, England might have just gotten themselves out. And that's another single stolen. They just keep on stealing signals. They keep on stealing signals left, right, and centre. But yeah, the toss was an interesting one. I'm not quite sure why they've done that, England. Reno says a 300 plus score for India. Yeah, 100%. I mean, could be 400, man. I'm telling you now. They've got a lot of batting to come. They've still got Rahane. They've still got Pant. I mean, look, this is literally set up perfectly for Rishabh Pant. They're 224 for 2. If he comes in and they're like 260 for 3, 260 for 4, 280 for 4, or 300 for 4, he will just tee off. I mean, he does that anyway, but it's perfect. There's no real pressure on him. If he gets out for naught, whatever, it's like, well, we've got a huge score anyway. We've got wickets in hand. And if he does pull it off, then it's fantastic. And this is just a really good platform for Rishabh Pant to come in and just go really quickly. And then India can just propel themselves to a really good total. So, well done from Haseeb Hameed at short leg. Really impressive stuff. Very impressive. It's flicked from Virat Kohli and Haseeb Hameed. Let's have a look at that pickup. It must have been. He has one bounce. Yeah, picks up with two hands, and it almost gets Virat Kohli there because that's on his crease, right? And he's looking to run there, and he's lucky. If Kohli slips, he's gone. So luckily he didn't. But that's sharp work from Haseeb Hameed at short leg. Adil says, give your thoughts on Spence Universe Pacquiao off and Spence being replaced. I mean, what can I say? He's a torn retina, so he's had an injury. Ugas is going to come in. We still will stream it, but yeah, I mean, not far we want to do it. India 224 for 2, and KL Rahul is 90 of 197. I think 100's incoming. I think he's going to get his name on the honours board. I do genuinely. And what a turnaround, eh? What I'm going to say is, what a turnaround. KL Rahul is someone who was probably 4th or 5th in the pecking order for openers, and he's come in because Shaw isn't available. Gill's not available. Agarwal had a concussion. Always chipped that up in the air, Kohli. Very, very fortunate. Haseeb Hameed almost in the game there. And they've got short leg in there for a reason. That was extremely fortunate from Virat Kohli. And he gets away with it, though. 224 for 2. And England will be hoping for more kind of chances like that. It's not really a chance in the end, but they need a lot more like that, please, to get in the game and get themselves excited. Let's have a look. Reno says, happy for Walsh. His hard work is being recognised, and now he's one of the players of the month. Mate, Hayden Walsh has bowled fantastically well, like genuinely incredibly well. I've actually tried to get him back on the channel. For those who don't know, I interviewed Hayden Walsh Jr. on the channel. A really good interview. Go and check it out if you haven't already. Obviously performed really well for West Indies recently. And I've tried to get him on since, and I think it's going to be quite tough to get him on. He just hasn't really replied to my messages. So, which is fine. It happens. Like he's now become big time. So he's probably like, who's this little guy trying to get another interview with me? But no, he's a nice guy. I'm sure he's just very busy with stuff, and he's really come on a long way. He's improved a hell of a lot. He was, let's be honest, I mean, he was working so much in the off season, and that's really paid dividends for him, is the honest answer. Adil says, might not be on that stream. Going to be watching SummerSlam on TV on Wrestling Days. Reaction might clap. That's fine. No worries. Reno says, very soon you get him back, maybe for CPL. I will try to, Reno. I've been trying to, after that series with Australia, I tried to get him on, and then also after the Pakistan T20s. He's just, I think thing is his following on Instagram, etc. as well, and other platforms has increased a lot. So he's probably just thinking, I've got so many people trying to come and chase me and talk to me. I'm just going to forget it. So I hope I do, though. Nice guy, Hayden Walsh Jr. Obviously, I got 1 and 2 with him, so I should just be happy for that. If I can get a second one with him, would be amazing, because obviously he has been performing extremely well. It'd be good to talk through some of his wickets and also the changes that he's made to his game. Mohammed Hasnain says, hey, man. Hey, Mohammed Hasnain. How you doing, buddy? Are you good? Reno says, I'm still trying to get De Silva to get on a... Reno. If I can get Josh De Silva on my channel, it'd be great. I literally was on one of his live streams with Renal, actually. It must be like a month or so ago now. And I was saying to him, like, Josh, can you call my channel, please? Come on. And, just would not have it. I think he just wasn't answering the question, really. He just completely skipped over it. And I was like, fair enough. Look, he's a professional cricket player. He's probably like, who's this weirdo trying to get me on his YouTube channel? I don't know who he is. Mohammed Hussain says, I usually love a bit of rain, but during cricket matches, it is the single worst thing. It really is. It really is. Genuinely, it's a nightmare. And at the moment, obviously, West Indies, Pakistan is unfortunately, rain delayed, but India and England, they're just having a drinks break, and now they're going to be back out, and it's just been all India. It's been all India, hasn't it? Guys, as well, thank you everyone who has joined the stream. Please remember to smash the like button if you haven't already. If you're watching on YouTube, then please like the video. If you're on Twitter, then please do like the video as well. And if you're on Twitch, I think you can like it as well. Do follow us on all the platforms. Be a all format player. Reno says, yeah, I was there, answer a lot of my questions. Yeah, he did, didn't he? I think if you ask reasonable questions, which, are probably not involving, hey, can you come on my channel? Then he's probably going to answer them. But he seems like a nice guy, and who knows, maybe one day. I've got contacts, obviously, that I've had on before. I've had, obviously Hayden Walsh Jr., etc. as well, and other franchise cricketers on. So I'm trying to see actually now whether I can get some of the guys I've had on to help me out by getting some big names on, some big names. If I can, I'm not going to say who I'm trying to get on because, to be honest with you, it could just be absolutely crazy. All right, here we go. So, I'm very, very interested, by the way, in how KL Rahul has come along. This has been a real mature innings from the Indian opener. Genuinely, I've been very impressed with it. Honestly, look at how well the Indian openers have been batting. Pakistani openers, though, seem absolutely useless. I don't know. I mean, look, it's different conditions. Mohammed Hussain, to be fair, I think the strip in the West Indies, by the way, is absolutely chucking it down in the Caribbean. So I don't think we're going to get play for a bit of time. Moeen Ali, though, is on and flicking into the leg side, does Kohli for no run. But look, Imran Butt and Abid Ali are just they're okay openers. I mean, I'd like to see Sharma in there as well, but I think they have to be given a bit of a run, and they have been. Let's see. I just think, I'm going to be honest with you, the strip is a lot more conducive, a lot better, let's say, for the bowlers than this strip here at Lords. So in the Caribbean, I mean, Reno would have seen, Kemar Roach, the ball that he bowled to Imran Butt was an absolute peach. Mohammed Hussain says, our bowling is also average, disappointments galore. To be fair, though, Mohammed Hussain, I have to say, our bowling I'm not as worried about, especially in the Caribbean. I think with Hassan Ali, Shaheen Afridi, Mohammed Abbas, Fahim Ashraf, Yasir Shah, I think we'll be okay on the bowling front. I think bowling is the batting front even, but in test matches with Fawad Alam and Mohammed Rizwan in the middle order, I think we are okay. I just think Babar Azam needs to come into a bit of form to potentially carry us, unfortunately, if the openers don't get runs like they did today. We'll see. The umbrellas are out, by the way, in the Caribbean. Mark Wood is back on. He's just got lashed. He's got absolutely lashed. It's 225 for 2, by the way, and India are just absolutely cruising here. This is a beatdown of epic proportions here by India. It really is. Dio says, if you're a WWE fan, who is your favorite superstar? And I know Asha watches it too. Who is his favorite star? Mine is Cena and Reigns, funnily enough. They face each other at summer. I do not watch. I'm not a fan of WWE. Sorry, Adio. Fan of cricket, tennis, boxing, football, but not WWE. I'm sorry. So I couldn't tell you. I know who John Cena is, but I don't watch it. No interest in it, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, listening, at least you'll have a dangerous Baba. Yeah, it's true. I'm saying there was a time when we used to pride ourselves for our bowlers. Now, though, not so much. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think we have to stop comparing this team to previous teams. I think we need to be realistic, and I know it seems like an excuse, but it's a very valid point that this is a team that hasn't played at home for a number of years. And by not playing at home and constantly being an away team, one, it does have an effect on the team. And two, you just never feel like you're in a fortress, right? And I know we did play quite well in the UAE, especially Yasir Shah played really well in the UAE, but it's just different. is very, very different, and I think we need to give them a bit of slack. Reno says average. I don't think so. If so, if Pakistan's bowling, if Pakistan are bowling now, I would be pissing my pants. Very good. Mohammed Singh says, do you think we need to play Naseem Shah because Windies batters did struggle against pace of Anrik Nortje? No. I think we should be fine. Shaheen Afridi, Hassan Ali should be fine. Mohammed Abbas is an interesting one because obviously he doesn't have a lot of pace about him, but we brought him back in. It'll be interesting to see how he does. I don't really think we've got anyone else to go to. I think Naseem Shah needs a bit of a break. I don't want him to get lashed around the West Indies. That's not the way. And maybe Mohammed Hasnain, like you, mate, you should be playing. No, and Mohammed Hasnain Red Bull cricket is not quite there yet, is he? He also says, yeah, Barbara is one of the only bright thing in this team. Oh, Shaheen Afridi, man. It's quality. That's a good delivery from Mark Wood with the arm. Just good line and length. Very good traditional bowling line and length there from Mark Wood. And nearly finds the edge, but unfortunately doesn't in the end. So, I don't know. Like, what are we thinking? Reno says Pakistan bowling is all right. Yeah, that's not bad. Dale says Chelsea beat Villarreal 6-5 on Pens Super Cup final. Did you watch it? I did not watch it, but I was keeping up to date with it. I was actually playing tennis at the time, and I'm glad we won. And that's why I wore my Chelsea shirt yesterday for a tennis stream at like midnight. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Okay, so that's interesting. Look at this. Like Wood, so Andrew Strauss is saying, Wood and Curran have been more expensive, and that's probably right because they're skinny. But no, I just think they haven't bowled as well. If I'm being honest with you, they just have not bowled as well. It's as simple as that. Mohammed Singh says Reno. This issue is that his bowling lineup consistently goes for 400 plus against better sides. I don't know. It's difficult, right? I mean. We're still a side that, I mean, to be fair though, Mohammed was saying we didn't have Hassan Ali in that side that went for like 400 in New Zealand. Naseem Shah was probably too young at the time. Mohammed Abbas, I don't know. Like Mohammed Abbas is someone who in English conditions is fantastic. I'm not sure how good he's going to be realistically in the Caribbean. Let's see, but I don't know. Even against England, our bowling struggled. Australia and New Zealand absolutely demolished us. Yeah. I just think it's just a golfing class, man. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. There's a golfing class at the moment, unfortunately, in Test cricket between Pakistan and some of the other teams, and we're just going to have to be honest about it. As Kohli, that's such a good... It's just so easy. It's outside off stump. It's a pretty good delivery from Moeen Ali. And Virat Kohli gets a very big stride to the ball and just punches it into the covers. Into the covers even for a single. Easy. So look. Oh, that looks close, Oh, that turned quite a bit from Moeen Ali. There's a shout for LBW. There's an appeal, but they will not be going upstairs. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a lot of revs on that ball. Well, he's inside edged it. Luckily, if he does not inside edge that, I'll tell you what, he's gone. Reno says, really, I thought it was West Indies that can give up 400 plus runs regularly. West Indies are a good bowling lineup, Where's Alzari Joseph, by the way? Has he been dropped, Reno? Has Alzari Joseph been dropped? Or is he playing? I don't think he's playing today, is he? From what I know, let me have a look. Because he was bowling so well. Although, to be fair, he was bowling very well in the white ball stuff, wasn't he? It wasn't really the red ball stuff. Yeah, he's not playing. They've got Jamal Warrican in there as well. So Jamal Warrican instead of Alzari Joseph. Reno, let me know what your thoughts on that. Why no Alzari Joseph? Do you think he should be in the side? Is he injured? Homerstein says, Reno, just look at the scorecards of those series. Reno says, same with West Indies too. Wait and see. We're going to get demolished versus Australia when we go down under next year. I don't know, man. Australia are not a very good side at the moment in any format. I reckon West Indies and Pakistan could beat them. I think they have to apply themselves. It's not a given, but I think it's very competitive. I reckon that Pakistan and West Indies can both beat Australia in any format, including Test matches. It's a pretty bold claim, but I believe it. Reno says, Mohammed saying, okay, I'm going to check. Nice. Also, can I say something? What's his name? Who's the West Indies bowler who's had issues with weight problems? The seamer. Oh, what's his name? I've forgotten. I watched him. He was in the World Cup for West Indies. What's his name? Alfonso Thomas. Is it Alfonso Thomas? Something Thomas. What's his name? Reno, tell me. It's not Alfonso Thomas, is it? That's not his name. It's something Thomas. I can't remember his name. No, not Shannon Gabriel. Not Shannon Gabriel. But yeah, where's Shannon Gabriel and now Zori Joseph, though? Where are they? Shane Thomas, that's it. Shane Thomas, thank you, Reno. Yeah. Shane Thomas, what he has got a problem. Like, he's always unfit. If he was just a bit fitter, he would be so rapid. Like, because he's rapid anyways when he's not fit. Like, he's bowling 90 plus miles an hour. He could be a speed demon, right? If he's just takes a little bit of timber off. Reno says, yeah, did not do well in the best versus best game. I thought he would play today as well, but bowled well in the ODIs. Yeah, Zori Joseph. Okay, that's why. What about Shannon Gabriel? Gabriel's injured. Okay. That's a shame. Shannon Gabriel's good, although he always looks, to be honest, is he not permanently injured, Reno? He genuinely looks permanently injured, Shannon Gabriel. He really does. Here you go. Mark Wood. Oh, he's just getting carted everywhere. Reno says, I know, right? Someone needs to talk to him. I mean, look, to be honest, I'm not. To be fair, a few years ago, I was a lot trimmer, and I am happy to say that, I would love to lose a few pounds as well, if I'm being honest with you. But I'm not a professional athlete. So, Shane Thomas is, and he's getting paid for it. So he will have nutritionists, he will have physios, he will have everyone at his disposal, and it just seems like he just doesn't care. Like Hetmeyer as well, he went through a phase where he had a pot belly. I'm just like, come on, man. This is just like, get in shape. Oh, great shot from KL Rahul. That's going to be 4 runs. What a shot. Yeah, fantastic. And he goes to 98. Wowee, that's a beautiful shot. And that is a man who's in form, just punching it through the covers. And Mark Wood is just serving up half volleys here at the moment. Unfortunately, let's have a look. I think he's got a good stride in here and just, yeah, really good. Full face of the bat, just punches it. Nothing more than a punch, but the timing is exquisite. Adil says, Leicester going to sign Yannick Vestergaard, centre back up to injury for Fafana and Lukaku, Chelsea player. Yeah, looks like it. One of the things is, so Fazan, both Pakistan and India, almost B-side, went to Australia in 2020. Reno says, Thomas, great talented bowler. Everyone's saying in the region, he bowled terrible in the T20s, terrible. Hussein says, and guess what? Pakistan got destroyed while India won. This Pakistan side just doesn't have the capacity to do well. I disagree. I think we have the minerals. I just think we need to have a pretty clear vision of how we're going to play. I think Bob Razum is a new captain, so there's an issue there as well in terms of we need to be very structured. He needs to have a very, very decisive thinking. He has to have a very decisive kind of ethos on how he wants the team to play, and the team need to buy into it. And not just that. Again, well bowled this time though from Mark Wood, and it's a solid forward defense by KL Rahul, who he is approaching the 100 mark. He's on 98 not out, KL Rahul, and it's 2-3-5 for 2 here. India are just coasting. They're just coasting along. They're looking to get 300, 350, 400. I wouldn't be surprised, because at the moment, KL Rahul and Kohli don't look like they're going to get out, to be honest with you. They really don't. But look, I mean, that India win in Australia is phenomenal. No doubt about it, right? But I think Pakistan in Test cricket are a bit too up and down, a bit too inconsistent, and you need to be consistent in Test cricket to succeed, and that's just the way it is. However, I think it was Hardik Pandya said that India could field 3 sides and they'd be competitive, like they would be able to beat everyone kind of thing. Now, India haven't won an ICC tournament since like 2015, so India's strength and depth is incredible. The squad depth they have is unreal. But if their first team, right, if their starting 11 is not winning ICC tournaments, you can't be saying that. So I thought that was a bit arrogant from Hardik Pandya. I was kind of glad that Sri Lanka stuffed them in the T20s just to show them that, look, you guys are very good, but there's levels to this. And maybe people then start to realize, well, the IPL is fantastic, but it's not the be-all and end-all of life. And international cricket should be the pinnacle. It's not always, but it should be. Says if he loses weight and works hard, he can be dangerous. About Shane Thomas, yeah, I agree. Like, thing is, okay, I want to reserve my judgment. The reason why is because Shane Thomas, I know he's had some injuries as well, but not just that. Some people do have genuine weight issues, like they either have issues with food or like, they side effects from medication they take. So I don't know if that's the case, right? But from the outside in, and if I take it as, let's just assume none of that is an issue, and the only issue is that genuinely he just has a problem with what he wants to eat and just doesn't care, then that's wrong. But if he could, right? And that's why I don't want to say it's 100% the truth, because it's a big assumption that I'm making. Says secondly, he hasn't played cricket in a while. Yeah, I think he's been injured a lot, hasn't he? Moeen Ali, by the way, is that's the inside edge from Kohli, and I thought he chopped on there, but it's running down towards the boundary, and Root cannot get there. And I tell you what, I was just about to say that Moeen Ali's bowling well, and I tell you what, he's bowling really tight to the stumps here, and that's really well bowled. It's kept low, and Kohli has gone on the back foot, and he doesn't think it's going to keep that low, and he's inside edged it, and he's very fortunate there. And Moeen Ali, I think they should keep him on for Kohli until Kohli starts whacking him around everywhere. If that happens, then fine. But at the moment, Moeen Ali seems to be the most likely to get a wicket here. Oh, well bowled again. He's getting drift away, and then it's just coming in from the off spinner's action. Really, you can see he's in good rhythm here, Moeen Ali, so keep him on. Hans says, by the way, have you followed the KPL? Vaguely, yeah. There's just so much cricket on, though. Like, there's the 100, there's this on, there's Pakistan West Indies on. It's just like it's a lot. He says, Haider Ali finally played a match-winning innings, so happy for him. Also, Kamran Ghulam struck the ball like a genius. Yeah, I mean, it's good to see some of these players, which, let's be honest, the level in the KPL is not great. It's probably the worst franchise around at the moment. It's the inaugural year, so it will be. But it will be good to get some of the confidence up of some of the Pakistani players. And also, it'll be a good opportunity for them to have a talk and chat with some of the icon players like Herschel Gibbs and Dilshan and whoever else, right? So that's all good as well. So I'm glad that, why not? And hopefully it thrives. I should actually hopefully be talking to someone from the KPL tomorrow who's playing in it. So I will let you know if that gets done. Then obviously I'll release that as well over the weekend probably. Adil says, is a CPL under Indian ownership? If so, India can then send their players to play in that league. I actually think it is. I don't know if it's under Indian ownership. I think some of the teams, like for example, Kolkata Knight Riders, which is Shah Rukh Khan, he also owns a CPL team, which is something Knight Riders. I've forgotten what it's called. I've forgotten the team name in the CPL. But yeah, so I think, but I don't know if they're allowed to play in the CPL. I couldn't tell you. I hope they could. Mohammed Hussain says, Reno, I really feel if a guy can field well, no matter how fat he is, he should be able to play. So if Shane Thomas can execute well, he should be good to go. But he's not. He's a terrible fielder. He's really bad. Like Mohammed Hussain, he's a terrible fielder. They normally put him at fine leg, and he just does like fine leg to fine leg, and he's horrific. Like genuinely, he's a horrific fielder. Also, look, I agree with you. Like, there's some, if you're a batsman or you're someone who carries the weight well, fine. But the fact is that Shane Thomas keeps on getting injured, which then, to me, signals that the weight is not helping, right? Because he keeps on getting injured. And that means, for me, that most likely it's because the weight is not helping. It puts stress on your knees, on your ankles, on your back. So and he's bowling fast, right? There's a lot. Think about how much weight. I think it's something like oh, he's got it. KL Rahul gets his 100. What 100, and he makes his way onto the honours board. That is an incredible. That's an incredible 100 from KL Rahul. Really well played, and I tell you what, that is a very impressive knock. And they will not be able to drop him after this, that's for sure. He will be given the whole series, I would imagine, at least. And he's looked very good. It's his 6th Test, 138 matches, 3rd versus England. So clearly does like England. Did score 100, I remember at the Oval, the last time that India toured here as well. Strike rate of 48.1, 16 and 9 fours. And it's 102 not out from 212 balls, and he's batted for over 5 hours. So a really resolute innings from the Indian Open, and impressive to see. I have to say, it's just good to see. It really is. I think he's stuck in there, and his patience has borne fruit, and that's exactly what you want to see as a batsman in Test match cricket. So impressive stuff. Oh, it's a short ball from Mark Wood, and he pulls that down towards fine leg, which is Moeen Ali as he's bowling from the other end. And Mohammed saying says KPL is not supposed to be the Premier Tournament, so obviously its standard wouldn't be that high. Yeah, but these players are gaining confidence there, which is great. Agreed, 100%. Adil says Trinidad Knight Riders and St. Lucia Zooks. Yeah, Trinidad Knight Riders, that's it. I think they're owned by Shah Khan as well. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know whether Indian players are allowed to play. I would love to see Indian players in all the franchises. I mean, I'd love to see all players in all franchises. I mean, for example, Pakistani players are not allowed in the IPL. I'd like to see, imagine being able to, I don't know if one of Kohli or Bob Razam played in the same team as Kohli or Bob Razam and they played in the same team. Imagine how amazing that would be. It'd be great. Imagine watching them bat together. How cool would that be? But I don't think we'll ever see that in our lifetime. So, yeah, what can you do? But by the way, I think we have to really just clap because that was a top knock from KL Rahul. And he's looking damn good. Looking damn good. Guys, well, please remember to smash the like button, please. I really do appreciate it. It does help. So if you don't mind, I would very much appreciate it. Adil says, what channel is streaming CPL in the UK? I think it'll be BT Sport. Oh, a bowled for Mark Wood better. And rain stopped play, by the way, in the Pakistan West Indies game. So I'm not sure when that's going to start again. They're just showing Jason Holder getting a haircut, which is a very weird thing to do in the break. I'm not sure why they're doing that. But it looks like... Hold on. Well, they're taking off the covers, though. So it stopped raining in the Caribbean, but I'd assume we're not going to get any play for probably half an hour or so. So that's a big shame, to be honest with you, because, yeah, it's not great. Yeah, they have. Mohammed Singh says, by the way, Pakistani players have been pretty hot in the CPL. They have, yeah. Azam Khan obviously playing it. Shah Malik plays really well in the CPL as well. I think Mohammed Hafiz has played in it before. Shahid Afridi has. Mohammed Amr definitely has. But yeah. We also sent Lucia Stars on Zooks. Oh, it was Zooks. That's forgotten. Yeah, Asif Ali is also playing for other teams. Yeah, he'll do pretty well, I'd imagine as well. I wouldn't be surprised. He's not a bad player, is he? Like, he's not a bad player. He's not a bad player. 247 for 2 here. And KL Rahul is on 100. Virat Kohli 38 not out. And you can see the shadows starting to form at Lords as we get into the end of this session. And I'm assuming the evening session... Oh, sorry, this is the evening session. What am I talking about, eh? Don't know what I'm talking about. This is the evening session. I wonder how many overs we've got left. I reckon... Zeus is a St. Lucia thing. Oh. But isn't there a team that has Zooks at the end of it, though, Renal? Interesting. One of those things is, by the way, you think maybe we need to make Azhar Ali open and bat Sol Shakil at 3? That's a good point. Maybe. Azhar Ali actually has a very good record opening, but I don't know. I mean, it's not a long-term fix, is it? Because Azhar Ali is coming towards the end of his career, let's be honest. How many years does he have left? I don't know. Moeen Ali is bowling really well, and he's just bowling very tight to the stumps. He's bowling stump to stump. and he's getting a little bit of drift through the air, bit of turn, bit of grip. I'm impressed. I'm actually quite impressed right now. Especially because he's been playing in the 100 as well. So this is completely different, but he's found his rhythm pretty quickly here. Obviously, he hasn't picked up a wicket yet, but I think apart from James Anderson and maybe Ollie Robinson, I think he's looked a lot better than Mark Wood and Sam Curran. And it's not a real turning pitch at the moment. Mohammed Singh says, Seljuk Hill has been pretty good in the Khalid Azam Trophy. Yeah. Reno says, yes, they changed their name. St. Lucia. Okay. Punjab Kings brought the franchise. Oh, see, damn. The IPL franchises are way too powerful, aren't they? They're going to buy all the franchises around the world, and they'll just feed all their players through there. It'll be like a huge conveyor belt taking over. I want to say this, but Siraj can be a permanent at 3. He's a phenomenal batter. Yeah. Isn't he 29? Siraj, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's 29. Guys, do remember to smash the like button if you haven't already. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And of course, subscribe to the channel as well. Readers help the channel to grow. 249 for 2 of 79 overs. So I'll just update the score. And to be honest, it's just been a run fest for India here. It's still no play yet. No resumption of play even for Pakistan West Indies. Pakistan 34 for 2. Let's hope Pakistan can do what India did, right? Get to 249 for 2. I'd be very happy. And okay, Reno says Barbados Tridents is not Tridents anymore. So what is it? Sajik is 25. Yes, you're right. I forgot that. Younger than Barbara, yeah. Okay. Then I'm happy. Then I'm happy for that to happen. And why not? If the openers are just going to continue not to perform, then you have to change something, right? So I think you may as well just get on with it. Just get on with it. Oh. Right, so the 250 for 2, and they are taking off the covers here, and they're going to have a look at the pitch in the Caribbean. But right now, there doesn't seem to be much going on there. So, here you go, Mark Wood steaming in. And I just feel really bad for someone like Mark Wood, who is genuinely bending his back. He's just doing it for no reason. I mean, he's just getting carted everywhere. He's gone for... he's going for over 4 and over. Not great. Mohammed Hussain says, I'm probably on par, especially in the Red Bull scene. Okay. Mohammed Hussain says, plus he is a decent bowler too, and hopefully a good fielder too, yeah. Yeah. I hope so. Reno says they are Barbados Royals. Oh, come on, man. Why are they doing this? Just keep the teams how they are. Fazani, you might as well change your thumbnail to Pakistan versus West Indies and India versus England, because rain will interrupt in the Windies game all 5 days, and all eyes will be on England versus India. I don't know, man. Maybe. Maybe I should. I don't know. It just seems like we're not going to get any play, and I'll probably go in like half an hour or so. So it's nightmare, though. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Right, so you go. Mark Wood is absolutely steaming in, by the way, right here. And he's just not getting any. He's just not getting any joy whatsoever. Right, 252 for 2 off 79.5 overs. I'll tell you what, Virat Kohli is looking very, very comfortable here. He most likely is going to go pretty big here, I'd assume. I can't see him not getting a 50 here. And it's much needed runs, because he's been in pretty poor form in Test match cricket anyway. since the start of 2020. A couple of 50 scores, but nothing big, and his average has been pretty poor in the last year and 8 months, to be honest with you, since the start of 2020. So these will be much appreciated runs for Virat Kohli, that's for sure. And look, he's a class player, so you probably can't keep him down for long, and that seems to be the case here at the moment, because right now they are very much in control, in a lot of control. What are they having a look at? What are they doing? Don't like when the umpires, they're like looking around. I'm like, you better not call this off. Like, don't you dare. Yeah, changing the names of the teams just sort of reduces originality. Yeah, exactly. Kohli saving runs for the T20 World Cup. Yeah, maybe. That's a good point, to be fair. So the second new ball is being taken by England straight away here. I'll tell you what. Interesting. Very interesting. Ollie Robinson is coming on to bowl. And I'll tell you what, he's bowled pretty well, but I don't know. Check out Wrestling Days channel. He's covering, I don't know who that is. WWE, UFC now, Olympics, football and Olympics, new boxing, fair enough. Reno says, Mohammed is saying, totally agree. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with it. Not happy at all. It's just poor, isn't it? Yeah, Mohammed says exactly what I said. St. Lucia Zooks is probably a word from St. Lucia, and when they change it to stars, it's just poor. Yeah, agreed. It is. It's just poor. It's genuinely just poor. Like, why do that? There's absolutely no reason to do that. I think I might just have to change the thumbnail, because we're not going to get any play, are we? It's just a nightmare. When people are like tuning in for Pakistan versus West Indies, and they're like, "Where's the play?" and I'll have to keep on explaining to them that there's no play. Nightmare. Right, so we're looking good though, aren't we? At the moment, come on. Could be a lot worse, couldn't it? Could be a lot worse. I mean, it could be a case of there's rain in the England game as well, and then we're absolutely screwed. But at the moment, it's looking okay. Yeah, Mohammed says Peshawar Zalmi looks awesome because Zalmi is a word from Peshawar. Exactly, yeah. Reno says that there is a reason why franchises buy them, but changing the name, I don't like it. They don't need to. It's just because they want to try and stamp their authority on it, and they look to see how they can make it more marketable. What a shot from KL Rahul. And that's a man who's just hit 100, because he looks in phenomenal nick. That's a beautiful cover drive. And by the way, I don't know if you guys agree, but do you have any idea why KL Rahul's helmet is not straight? Because it looks really weird for someone who... I mean, look, KL Rahul is someone who probably has a lot of money, but he can't afford... It looks like he can't seem to be able to afford a normal helmet, which is pretty weird to me. Or sort out his helmet so straight. I thought that was about to be a cracking drive through the covers again. It doesn't quite get all of it. So Ollie Robinson gets away with that, because that was a half volley, really. Yeah. It's good to see Virat Kohli. He cheers for his teammates. He's happy when they score runs, and you can see like it does mean a lot to him. That's one thing that you can't say anything bad about him in terms of he does look like someone who does enjoy when his teammates get runs, and that's how it should be, really, shouldn't it? Let's be honest. That's how it should be. But yeah. Anyways, right, 258 for 2 off 80.5 overs. Last ball of the over, and Ollie Robinson is looking for a breakthrough, a much needed breakthrough that England have needed, really, and they really do need. Let's be honest. This has just been carnage. After those 2 wickets in pretty quick succession, you're just thinking, well, maybe England are back into this. Actually, no, you are thinking England are back into this, and then just hasn't happened since. Nothing's really happened since, unfortunately, and it's affected it big time. So, I don't know. Crazy stuff. All right, so here you go. Anderson is back on. They're going to the big gun. They're trying to get Kohli out before he hits 50, because as soon as he hits 50, he'll be so confident, and he's already a confident player. And I don't think he's someone who gets particularly phased, anyways. But gosh, they just struggled a lot. I think the batsmen have batted really well as well, but the pitch, it hasn't been dead, but it just hasn't given a lot. It's not the type of pitch that you'd expect from Lords, I think. And then Charles asked me about the stands, and I think they look quite cool, actually. I don't know. Right, so Reno says, yes, Zooks is a word from St. Lucia. First season, they were St. Lucia Zooks, then to Stars, then gone back to Zooks. Now they are St. Lucia Kings. Oh, my days. How many times do I change the name? Ripping it. Mohammed says, yeah, it's sad. Look at Karachi Kings. It's nothing Pakistani in that name. Quetta Gladiators. Yeah. These are the franchises that really need to change their names. Yeah, but at least they started off as that. So if they start off as that, I don't mind. But it's if they change it, if they keep on changing it, it just loses its identity, doesn't it? That's the problem, I think. One thing says, yeah. It's a shame, isn't it? Like, I don't know. Everything has a price, though, unfortunately. So that's why. Sell yourselves. Vlanat Rawat says, hello, say my name, Nikhil Rawat. Hi, Nikhil Rawat. How you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And nice to see you here. Right, so India just looking imperious at the moment. And that's another drive from Rahul, and it will just be, would it be a single? No, it won't. They don't run a single there. And England are they're reeling here, really. They really are reeling. Reno, what CPL team are you supporting? Who's all you tell to? Barbados. Oh, good pull shot from Rahul, and no one there. So, I don't know. Okay, good shot from 260 for 2, and Rahul is 41 not out off 96 here. Right, so okay, 260 for 2. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Mina says, rain started falling in Trinidad, so the test match might be called to stumps early. Yeah. I've actually turned it off my phone because I know it's not happening at the moment. Such a shame, isn't it? Fazan, do a couple of videos on the CPL scores when they have. Oh, mate, of course I will be. Don't worry about that. Don't worry at all. I will definitely be doing. I'll definitely be doing videos on that. Like that's a given. That is a given. Right, so Reno, from the early season I was supporting Warriors and I live in Trinidad and still support Warriors, but this season Patriots are my favourite. Nice one. Robinson looks very tired running in at the moment, by the way. He looks absolutely knackered, and his pace, I remember when he was playing in the New Zealand Test match series, his pace notably dropped off in his second spell, or the kind of the back end of the day. And I think, to be fair, look, he's been running in, but it's something that obviously he will continue to improve as he does play more and more cricket at this level. Reno says, Mohammed saying, from the early season, I was supporting Warriors and live in Trinidad and still supporting Warriors, but this season, Patriots are my favourite. Nice one. I like that. India, if they can just bat out, if they can, like the new ball's here, and England are not doing much with it at the moment. Let's be honest. So, I don't know. Let's see. 260 for 2. Mohammed Stain says, I will be supporting Jamaica because of Haider Ali. Right, okay. Right, 260 for 2 here. England need a breakthrough before stumps. They really need a breakthrough. Mohammed Singh says Patriots look pretty good. Yeah. Reno says Mohammed Singh, great team, but the Talawars made a mistake by letting go of Glenn Phillips. Glenn Phillips is quality. Every season he was their run scorer every time. He's so good. He is so good. Right, so 260 for 2. Come on, England, do something. It's like, you know that meme where there's a stick and he's poking it, and he's like, come on, do something. That's why I'm at the moment. I'm like, come on, please. Give me something, because India are going to run away with this, like, easily otherwise. This could be a draw if England can actually bat properly, but the thing is, as the day wears on, and it's almost like, I don't know, if they play Ashwin, right, is this pitch going to become spin friendly? Probably not, to be fair. So it's probably not a bad decision to leave him out. It's just crazy though, because he's just such a good bowler, isn't he? Like, ridiculous. India in a position of putting up more than 300. Bowling and out for say 150 and putting a huge total win might go to India. Yeah. I don't think I think at the moment India have got 80% chance of winning this at the moment. My gosh. You know, I've seen some people, right? And they've got like 200 people in a live chat. And you know, all they're doing is they're sharing their screen to the scorecard, and no one's on there speaking. It's just literally the scorecard, and people are subscribing. So they've got like 2K subs, and people are liking this and stuff, and they've got like 200 people in the chat. It's just crazy. I'm like, what? I'm like, I should just do that, shouldn't I? Just leave you guys. Don't even need to be on here. You know, if I'm busy with work, just put the scorecard up, let it stream. You know, people just come on. But like, you know, at the best of times, if unless I somehow manage to really, you know, capture people's interest, I might get 200 people in here. But it doesn't happen very often. This guy's doing it like regularly. It's crazy. Mohammed Hussain says, yeah, Glenn Phillips is a class player. He's a great white ball player, really good shot. And talking of class, that is absolutely class from KL Rahul off the back foot and punches that through backward point for 4 runs. That is so good. That is so good. Mohammed Hussain says, New Zealand just keep on producing phenomenal keepers. Glenn Phillips can actually bowl, by the way. I've seen him bowl before. He can bowl off spin. So I don't think he's a proper wicketkeeper, but he can keep. He's a bit like Amy de Villiers. You know, Amy de Villiers could bowl a little bit dibbly-dobblies, and he could keep as well. Like, he's just one of those all-round cricketers. I think that's Glenn Phillips. Tim Seifert, Tom Latham, Tom Blundell, those are proper keepers. Mohammed Singh says, lol. Adil Saga says, you could say bowlers are down from the broad arch because of Broad and Archer being ruled out. India motivated from this news taking it on. Yeah, I mean, Archer was already out. Broad is a big miss, but I don't know. Like, you just got to deal with it. But I think they've got 3 first teamers out of there. No Archer, Stokes. No Archer, no Stokes. No Wokes, no Broad, actually. So that's 4. That's 4 players that definitely would be in the side if they were all fit. So, I don't know. It's not ideal, is it? Not ideal. Guys, please do remember to smash the like button, please, if you haven't already. I do appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel as well. If you're watching on Twitch or watching on Twitter, then of course do follow us as well, and do come on to YouTube and subscribe, or go on Twitter and follow me as well, because it's good to be informed, and we have lots of content on all platforms. 266 for 2, and I should probably update the scorecard. What have I got the score as at the moment? Yeah, 249. So 266 for 2, and they're doing very, very well. So, this is interesting, though, isn't it? It's an interesting one, because I'm looking at this and I'm just thinking, I don't know. I'm just thinking, what do you do? What you do? Oh, he's nicked that. Oh, he's got away with that. It's Virat Kohli, and that is a chance. And it's Jimmy Anderson who finds the edge of Virat Kohli's bat. And I tell you what, that is very, very fortunate for Virat Kohli. Just falls short of the slip cordon. Very good bowling from Anderson. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's just shaping away. And it's one bounce towards Bairstow at 3rd slip. Adil says Wokes would have got wickets in this match. He's a big miss. He would have, yeah. I think Wokes is a very underrated cricketer for England. People don't realise how important he is for them, and he's good he's so good in the World Cup. He's very good in the ODI stuff, and he's so good in Test cricket as well, especially in home conditions. When he gets the ball to shape both ways, he's so effective in Test match cricket at home. Away from home, for example, in like Australia for the Ashes, I don't know how effective he will be, but then they've got Archer and Wood and Ollie Stone potentially, but I don't know. Like, we'll see. We'll see. Ollie Robinson will be quite good in Australia, I think. He's kind of Hazelwood-like, to be fair, so I think he'll do quite well. Mohammed Hussain says, what about Craig Overton and James Overton? They were looking good to play for England and tall bowlers too. Craig Overton is okay. Doesn't have a lot of pace, but good line length bowler. And has been in fantastic form, to be fair. Gets it to nibble off the seam. Jamie Overton is becoming more of a batting all-rounder, and he's not ready for England, that's for sure. But he's probably not progressed the way they would have liked. Reno Jones says, bye, you'll take care. Bye, Reno. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Right, so 266 for 2, and KL Rahul is just putting into the stored here, and this partnership has been fantastic as well. It really has been. Oh, here we go. That is such clever cricket. It really is. It's just, if you're an England fan, you're just so frustrated. because he's genuinely just knocked that off his hips into the leg side, and he's literally it's hit and run. You know when he used to play hit and run at school? That's what it was. And Moeen Ali runs in, but he's way too far out, and they see the single, so it's really clever batting. Mohammed says Craig Overton a bit like Carl Jamieson, kind of, but he's like a B-Tech version. He's like a really poor version of Carl Jamieson. That's no offense to Craig Overton. Sorry, to Craig Overton. Oh, he's got him! He's got him! It's a wicket, and that is the breakthrough that England needed. Robinson gets Kohli, and I'm doing this because I actually want a flipping close game, and that's a huge wicket. Root takes it. It's a good catch, low to his left-hand side, and Ollie Robinson takes an absolute peach. This is a really good delivery. Let's have a look. Yeah, shapes in and then just straightens up off the seam. And it's a very similar way to how Kohli got out in the first innings. Really, really impressive stuff from Ollie Robinson, and a very tidy catch from Joe Root in the slip cordon. Virat Kohli has to go. He doesn't get a 50-plus score. He looked very good whilst he was in, but there will still be question marks around his form with that 42. Probably shouldn't be because he looked in very good nick. But he has to go for 42 and doesn't manage to convert that to a half century. Adil says, this is going to be the India Test win. First match was a draw. This one, India, unless we get a miracle on day 2 where the weather saved us. England stars are going, out. Ollie, take Kohli wicket. Yeah, he does. Ollie Robinson has taken the wicket of Virat Kohli, and that is the breakthrough that England desperately needed. To be honest, if they want to be anywhere kind of close to being 50-50 in this contest, they'll need another one before the day is up. They've got the new ball. They weren't reading too much of it. Ollie Robinson started to get a little bit of movement off the seam, and bowling a lot more aggressive line of lengths, and he found the edge just there of Virat Kohli, and that's a really impressive spell there, or over even, from Ollie Robinson. A big breakthrough. Here we go. Rahane's out a bit fresh blood. They got to just, if I'm England, I'm going guns blazing at Ajinkya Rahane. Genuinely, I'm going guns blazing. I'll go James Anderson, Ollie Robinson from each end, right? I just go, you know what? I'm not going to let you have anything. It's really well bowled, by the way, from Ollie Robinson. Really well bowled. Oh, I can smell my dinner. It smells really good. My wife's making it. Smells great. Smells great. Right, 267 for 3. And I think Joe Root's taking the crowd to G him up. So here we go. Ollie Robinson's running in. They need the crowd behind him, that's for sure. A bowled. Very good start from Ollie Robinson. Very tight to the stumps, and a very tight length, honing in on Rahane's pads, and he manages to fend it off. Adil says, to be fair, Kohli was saved, been getting out to Anderson, how he got out to Robinson, football and WWE combined. Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, look, he hasn't been in the best of form, but in saying that, he looked in really good form in this innings so far. There was one nick and fine, but he's always, he's bowling well, Ollie Robinson. He's bowling straight. He knows he needs to really hone in on Rahane. He doesn't want to give Rahane anything easy, and he's bowling a good length and pretty straight to Rahane. End of the over, and it's a fantastic over, a wicket and only 1 run from it. So 267 for 3 here are India. And that was really impressive from Ollie Robinson. They'll need at least 1 more wicket before the end of play if they want to be, kind of. They still won't be happy with the day, but they'll have a bit of momentum going into the second day. And if they can get KL Rahul, then even better, because I have 2 new batsmen, right, in day 2 to have a look at straight away, and that's exactly what you want. So Pakistan game is live. Is it going on? Let's have a look. Mohammed Hussain is telling me it's going on. Let's have a look. Oh, knocked into the leg side. No, it's not. Oh, that is live. They've just started again. Here we go. Azhar Ali has got. Oh, Azhar Ali. Adil says, what is the situation in West Indies? Yeah, they've just started again. Thanks to Mohammed. Thank you, Mohammed, for letting me know. Because I thought we weren't going to get any more places. Azhar Ali departs. We are collapsing. It's happening. The complete opposite of India. That's what's happening to Pakistan right now. And he just nicked behind and he looks in a very weird position. Azhar Ali on the back foot, just fending off a good delivery, very tight into him. And it's good bowling from Jason Holder. As he nicked it, they reviewed it. No, he's not. He's missed it. So Azhar Ali doesn't go. It's a good review. Missed that one. Right, review shows flat line, yeah. 34 for 2 still there in West Indies, Pakistan. And here in Lords, even though I'm not actually at Lords, is 268 for 3. Mohammed Hussain says Azhar Ali is lucky. He's not lucky. If you didn't hit it, you didn't hit it. I mean, you can't be lucky, right? I mean, yes, it's a good ball, but people get beaten. You know, the outside edge gets beaten all the time. So here we go. Oh, Anderson goes very full to Rahane, but he flicks it towards fine leg and just a single. So he's off strike and no chance of a duck for Ajinkya Rahane. And that does help, you know, as a batsman. It doesn't matter how experienced you are, how many test matches you played. As soon as you get off strike, it's just a little bit of relief to be like, oh, great. You know, it really is. Right, Jason Holder, by the way, running in, looking very, very good. He's dotting up, and the pitch in the Caribbean looks horrific to bat on. Shot, what a shot from Rahul, and he's played that shot through the covers so well today. And it's another one, and you can just add that to your collection of Rahul drives through the covers today. Mohammed Hussain says, tough pitch this, yeah, in the Caribbean. It really is. It looks, it doesn't look great at all. Better hope that the Pakistani seamers can bowl well. Adil says, pace and height saved Azhar Ali. Hope Azhar gets 100 like Rahul did versus England. We can only hope. I mean, the pitch looks a lot harder to bat on, but let's see. Here we go. James Anderson running in and very solid from Rahul. 273 for 3 on India. Mohammed Hussain says, Barbara is usually iffy after interpretations. So fingers crossed. Really hope Barbara gets a ton. Yeah, same. I mean, I really hope they just get 50s even at least. And let's get some runs on the board. Because at the moment, we're under a lot of pressure here. And West Indies look very, very strong at home. The seam attack is good. Kemar Roach, I think, is so good. He's a very, very good player. Right, Rahul here is just... he's going to start teeing off, you know that. Because he's so... Well, interruptions, yeah, he is pretty iffy after interruptions. Rain normally the issue is right is that it's hot to just switch on straight away, and he's one of those players that sometimes can just have a bit of a brain fart, and then he'll stick his bat outside off stump and nick off, and it's not great, is it? You don't want to be doing that. Have you noticed that Bob Rosen has different? He has different bats for different formats. So it's the same. It's Gray Nichols, the same brand, but he's got different coloured stickers, and I'm pretty sure it's a different bat for different formats. Adil says, "How are you watching both games?" So I'm watching one on my laptop on Sky and one on BT on my phone. That's how. Right, so 273 for 3, overs 86.1. Oh, just run down by Ajinkya Rahane, but it's very good from Rory Burns there in the slip cordon, stopping that. Impressive stuff. Roston Chase back into the lineup for West Indies, by the way, which is an interesting one. Mohammed Hussain says, my heart is racing. Chill, it's okay, Mohammed Hussain. It's fine, man. It's just cricket. It's fine. All were bowled, but that won't be out. That won't be out. Bob Razem leaving the first ball from, leaving quite a few balls here from Kemar Roach. Reno left at the wrong time. You know what? Kemar Roach is basically He's clearly watched Babar Azam after rain delays because he's bowling kind of a juicy half volley length, but outside off stump. And he's saying, go on, play me. Go on, hit me, hit me. Go on, hit me, hit me. He's really trying to tempt Babar Azam. Babar Azam, he just needs to leave it. Until he's, until you're on like 70, 80 odd, you just leave those. Oh yeah, there you go. Good. He's so tempted, and he just leaves it. Ollie Robinson and King Raj bowling very similar balls in that cordon, and it's Barber and Rahane both leaving at the same time. Actually, exactly the same time. That was quite cool. 273 for 3, the India-England match, and 34 for 2, Pakistan and West Indies. So India looking very strong, and Pakistan have got a big rebuild job here. So let's see how that goes for them. It says Roach bowling him on butt. So that's good. Adil says Roach bowling Imran Butt was clean bowl. That was so good. That was such a good delivery, like quality bowling. I really think Kemar Roach is top 5 seamers in Test cricket. I think you got Rabada, you probably got Anderson, you probably got Shaheen. Oh, okay, fine. Maybe top 10. That's a lot of good ones. I'm running out. I'm about to say Bolt, Jameson, you got Shamsi, flipping Bumrah. You got, maybe not then. Carl Jameson has been so good as well. Mohammed says, yeah, you're right. Cheeky from Roach, yeah. He says the ball is moving a lot. It is. The ball is moving a lot. They're just having a look. They're having a review here. I think it's going down leg side. Yeah. So I don't know why they reviewed that. That looked like it was missing by a mile. God, I've got cricket into my ears at the moment here, and the 100's going on. I'm pretty sure at the same time. What's going on in the 100? Look, just give you guys even more cricket to have a think about. So Northern Superchargers are 20 for naught of 10 balls. When I see the 10 in brackets, I think it's overs, but it's not as balls. So interesting. Chris Lynn's in. Honestly, it looks like we're batting in England. Mate, it literally does, It's almost like they switched the pitches. This looks like a pitch that you'd see at Lords in cloudy conditions. And I don't know, like this pitch at Lords looks like a pitch you'd see on one of the strips in West Indies where it's like a good, dusty batting pitch, right, that you can settle in on. Crazy. It's like they switched, basically. Azari's got a very good record, by the way. 43 average is pretty damn solid, isn't it? Here we go, Ollie Robinson. He's bowling well. He's trying to make sure that the batsmen are having to play everything, and that's exactly what you need to do when you've got the new ball. You've got to really utilize it. Rahane is a new batsman as well. You've got to be attacking, and that's what he's trying to be. Guys, please remember as well to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel as well. If you haven't already, I'd really do appreciate it. It's interesting. It's very interesting right now, this... I don't know. Yeah, deals with a lot of cricket today. Pakistan versus West Indies, England versus India, KPL on the 100 makes so much. So much. Sam Curran is 0.56. Pakistan at the moment. Oh, there's a chance of run out. There's a chance of run. Oh, they're reviewing it. Oh, I really hope he's not run out. That would be... Run outs are the most stupid way to get out, especially in Test match cricket. And they've run 2 there. And I think it's either a direct hit. Let's have a look. There you go. Sam Curran's back on. Sam Curran is not going to do anything, by the way. Just may as well just switch it off when Sam Curran's bowling. I know it sounds so harsh, but... Oh my God. Oh, he's in. Oh, my gosh. I thought he was out. But luckily Azhar Ali is in because, flipping hell. One of the things says we need a bit of Hanif Mohammed in this team, someone with tremendous temperament. Maybe anyone, Mohammed Yusuf, Inzamam Al-Haq, Yunus Khan, any of those guys as well, would be fantastic in this team. Genuinely would be great. imagine them batting with Bob Rosam. Like he would be so good. Like because the amount of advice and like just talking to you get on the other end, like he would be so calm, and he wouldn't feel like he has a weight on his shoulders all the time. One of things goes, wow, yeah, 273 for 3. Here we go. Sam Curran running on the left arm angle, and that's cut away from KL Rahul into the deep point region. It'll just be a single as Haseeb Hameed throws that in. One of the things says luck, yeah. Yeah, that was a risky, risky 2. Gosh, from Pakistan, but got away with it. 37 for 2. Let me update the score. What about Tuck and Barbara batting together? Yeah. Yeah, why not, man? By a matter of millimeters, yeah. Yeah. Kemar Roach getting that ball to shape in. Azarali leaves that, but that almost takes his off stump out because that's coming quite a bit off the seam. It's a damn good bowler, Kemar Roach. 274 for 3. And we're seeing some very good bowling from West Indies, some not so great bowling from England, some fantastic batting from India, and some not so great batting from Pakistan. So that's pretty much the story of these first days of these test matches so far. And England day is about to wrap up. I think Mohammed saying Azhar Ali leaving the ball a bit like Steve Smith. Yeah, I mean, Labuschagne does the same thing as well, doesn't he? They're kind of very expressive, and I think it doesn't really matter how you do the ball as long as you're leaving it. Just make sure you're not hitting it. You know, like people leave really weirdly, and then as they're leaving, it hits their bat. It's just like, what are you doing? Adil says Barbara can go for 4s and 6s when need to miss, but going for singles 300 easy there. Oh man, you kind of, I don't know. You hope that's the case, but I don't think that's how it would go, unfortunately. Right, 274 for 3 here at Lords India R, and Pakistan 38 for 2. So not bad, not bad. In India in the driving seat for sure. West Indies in the driving seat for sure as well. Pakistan need a big partnership between Barbara and Azhar Ali here, and I think for India they'll be happy. I think I don't know. I just think England need wickets. They need wickets bad. They need wickets bad. Right, so a couple moving into the batter, some leaving the batter. Yeah, so it's a skill that Kemar Roach possesses, though. Mohammed say it's not that the pitch is obviously aiding him, but as in terms of the skill to be able to get it to move both ways, is Kemar Roach. He's just that good. He's moving the ball at like mid 80 mile per hour mark, and he's moving it both ways, and it's just so hard to face. Ollie Robinson is someone as well who has a little bit of a skill, but James Anderson has got that skill, and Kemar Roach has it as well, and not talked about as much, but he's a damn fine bowler. So do not underestimate how good Kemar Roach is. He is absolutely phenomenal. Ollie Robinson here has had a pretty good day out as well, just gone for over 2 and over. Kohli just looking a little bit disconcerted. I think he'll be thinking, I was playing really well. He nicked one that went short, fine. But, apart from that, he looked pretty flawless. And he'll just be thinking, I felt really good at the middle because he looked good. But I nicked one off at the wrong moment. I'm gone. And it's frustrating as a batsman, it is. Especially when, even like me, for example, if I'm batting and I'm really timing the ball well and I get 10, 15, for example, and then I nick off or something, it's just like, what the heck has happened? Like, you just can't believe it. There's carnage. One of the things is this sort of thing plays with batters' egos that you can't even put bat to ball. But then that is why you need temperament. Yeah, it's not about, oh, I'm not good enough to play them. It's no, you are good enough. You're good enough to leave the right balls, right? You need to leave the balls at the right times. What a shot from Babar Azam. That cover drive is absolutely fantastic. Off Kemar Roach. Oh, there we go. It's the full-blooded cover drive from Babar Azam. And we haven't seen a lot of that, to be fair, in the white ball stuff in the T20s. But we've seen it here. And more of that, please. That's beautiful. Glorious from Babar, says Mohammed Hussain. Yeah, it really was. It was absolutely phenomenal stuff from the Pakistani batsman. Really impressive. 275 for 3 here, India. Ollie Robinson running in, and that's a beauty, just angling in towards Ajinkya Rahane's bat and then just shapes away off the seam. And Rahane just playing and missing there, but playing inside the line of the ball. So manages to escape unscathed. I want to say this is Babar Dil ki Tandak, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we need Babar Azam to stay in a long time here. And he just needs to just batten down the hatches, similar to how KL Rahul did at the start of the Indian innings. He did exactly the same thing. And we've got 1.1 overs remaining in the England-India match, by the way. Ollie Robinson won the last ball of the penultimate over. And why are they appealing? That's gone down the line. Sorry, that's gone down leg side. I mean, that's missing leg by a mile. Don't even bother reviewing. Yeah, good. Thank you. That would have been a poor review. 42 for 2, though, by the way, Pakistan. And they are trying their best. KL Rahul, they're just showing the highlights, and he just looks damn good. He's looked really good. I reckon KL Rahul tomorrow will tee off. As in, I mean tee off for a test match, right? I don't think he's going to come and start, smashing, going to reverse. Although I don't know, Rishabh Pant will probably reverse paddle people, but I can't see him slogging over cow corner and stuff. But I reckon he will start playing more attacking. He'll come out of the shell even more. He's obviously has done as the day is worn on, but I think he'll be even more attacking if Rahane manages to get some runs. At the moment, he's 1 off 17, so he's struggling a little bit, Rahane. If they can get Rahane out, then it will stop KL Rahul. Now, if they can make sure this isn't a partnership, then KL Rahul will be forced to be still a little bit cautious. Adil Sagia says, Azhar Rizwan, Safraz, Misbah, Yunus, Saeed, Ajmal, Shaheen Afridi, Naman Ali, Wahab, and Mohammed Amri. Are these players that you like or just tucked into the leg side from Ajinkya Rahane, but for no run? Good, sharp fielding by Haseeb Hamid. Oh my gosh. Jason Holder gets Azhar Ali, and this looks extremely tough. It's a run rate of 1.92, and they've reviewed it. Azhar Ali's reviewed it, though. Oh, dear. Will this be another review that is overturned? Azhar Ali could potentially have been given out twice here, and he might still be at the crease. Let's see. We'll have a look at that in a second. Sam Curran goes very full round the wicket to Rahane, and he just punches that straight to mid-off for no run. So he's 1 off 19. India, though, are 276 for 3. And let's have a look. Jason Holder bowling a pretty good length delivery, and it's hit him on the back pad. They're appealing for LBW. It was given. That looks like it's probably hitting. I think the only thing I can think of is height, but I think he's hit him on the back pad, so he's gone. Let's have a look. Actually, you know what? I'm missing. Oh, it's missing. And that is... Oh, dear. I tell you what, that's hilarious. So it's overturned again, and it's Jason Holder's height that unfortunately goes against him that time. It's missing, even though it's him on the back leg, and Azhar Ali is still safe at the crease. Adil says they're just saying a dream team. Azhar is out. No, okay, that's a dream team. Fine. No, Azhar is fine. He's all good, and I think Azhar Ali has a little chat. He has a little word with Jason Holder, like probably saying, "Oh man, sorry mate, sorry." You can't get me out. I just keep on reviewing and keep on being given not out. Overturned. Sam Curran coming over the wicket this time to Ajinkya Rahane. he's not really getting much movement at all, Sam Curran, and that's a bit of a worry because that's why you have Sam Curran in the team, not just for the left arm angle, but because he should get some movement through the air, but he's not really. I don't know. Last ball of the day, by the way, for England India anyway. Oh, here we go. Yes, he survives. Yippee, 100 possible still on. Yeah. Right, last ball of the day. Here comes Sam Curran. Is running in round the wicket to Ajinkya Rahane. And he goes full. And Ajinkya Rahane actually chases after that. But he doesn't nick it, luckily. 276 for 3. And that is stumps for... That is stumped for India. And India are in a fantastic position here at the moment. Absolutely crazy stuff from KL, who has been very, very good. Impressive stuff, let's be honest. Really, really impressive from KL, and he will lead the Indian batsman off, and rightly so, because he is in very, very good nick. And I'll tell you what, India are in complete control of this second test match. Just updating the scoreboard. So yeah, stumps. Let me just leave a bit more of a space there. Stumps, unfortunately, doesn't make good reading if you're an England fan. It really, really doesn't. I don't know, man. I think they're in. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you very much, though, for tuning in. I will be doing more streams like this in the coming days. Obviously, Pakistan at the moment is still playing. Venue may do a stream later, so I'll keep you updated for that. But thank you very much, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please remember to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. Honestly, now I was always going to get a ton. I really hope he does. We'll be your dream team. I will let you know in the next stream. See you guys later. And yeah, India in control, West Indies. Hopefully Pakistan can create a partnership. Fingers crossed.